vacues z, and lambda 1 and lambda 2 both are the intermediate between them. The and number of atoms here we consider capital N1 and capital N2 at time t. Lambda 1 and lambda 2, we know that both are the decay constant, or we also known integration constant of parent or daughter respectively. The number of parent atoms at time t, here we know the equation is given as n1 is equal to capital N 1.0 into e raised to the power minus lambda 1 t. This is equation number 1. The rate of growth of daughter is the difference between the rate of its formation from its parent and its own decay. Therefore, we give the equation. The what is the rate? A rate of growth of the daughter is the rate of the growth of the daughter is the difference between the rates formation of from its parents and its own decay. So we have equation here d n2 divided by dt is equal to lambda 1 capital N1 minus lambda 2 n2. This is equation number 2. Then here we put the value of capital N1 from equation number 1. Here we see the equation number 1, the value of N1 is equal to N 1.0 into e raised to the power minus lambda 1 t. This value N1 we put in this equation. D n2 divided by dt is equal to lambda 1. The value of n1 is 1 point n 1.0 into e raised to the power minus lambda 1 t minus lambda 2 n2 as it is. Then on rearranging the above equation, we have the terms we get left side and others are in right side. So we have equation dn2 divided by dt इकडं मायनस लॅमडा टू एन टू आहे ते इकडे आल्यानंतर प्लस लॅमडा टू एन टू झालं. Then we have this equation dn2 divided by dt plus lambda 2 n2 is equal to this term is as it is lambda 1 n 1.0 e raised to minus lambda 1 t. Then multiply both sides by e raised to lambda 2 t. We get equation. This equation we multiply by e raised to lambda 2 t. So we have e raised to lambda 2 t into dn2 divided by dt plus lambda 2 n2 e raised to lambda 2 t is equal to lambda 1 into n 1.0 into e raised to minus lambda 1 t into e raised to lambda 2 t. Then we have common in above equation. Here lambda 1 minus lambda 1 t and here lambda 2 t. We both this term we common time t. So we have the above equation. This term is same as it is and is equal to in right side we common here time t between both of these term. So we have lambda 1 into n 1.0 into e raised to the power lambda 2 minus lambda 1 into in after bracket t. Right left side differentiate we get after differentiating this term we have d by dt is equal to d by dt into bracket n2 into e raised to lambda 2 t is equal to lambda 1 n 1.0 into lambda 2 minus lambda 1 t dt. Then this equation integrate we get the terms. Then integration d by dt into n2 into e raised to lambda 2 t is equal to lambda 1 into n 1.0 into both are constant. So the integrationच्या बाहेर आहेत. Therefore integration of e raised to the power lambda 2 minus lambda 1 into t dt plus c, and this c is the our integration constant. Therefore lambda 2 t is equal to lambda 1 divided by lambda 2 minus lambda 1 into n 1.0 e raised to the power lambda 2 minus lambda 1 into t plus c. Then again we divide both side by e raised to minus lambda 1 t. We get the equation here n2 is equal to lambda 1. If we divide this term, then we have lambda 1 divided by lambda 2 minus lambda 1 into n 1.0 into e raised to the power minus lambda 1 t plus c into e raised to the power minus lambda 2 t. We multiply here, we multiply t on this lambda 2 and lambda 1. So we have n 1.0 into minus lambda 1 t plus uh, plus plus c. So plus c into e raised to the power minus lambda 2 t. This is equation number 3. At time t is equal to 0 and n2 is equal to 2.0, we have the equation. If time if t is equal to 0, then this term, we see this term, this term c into e raised to minus lambda 2 t. If we put here 0, then e raised to 0 equal to 1. So we have this equation. Then n 2.0 is equal to lambda 1 divided by lambda 2 minus lambda 1 into n 1.0 plus c. If we find value of c, then c is equal to minus lambda 1 divided by lambda 2 minus lambda 1 into n 1.0 plus this n 2.0. This is equation number 4. Put this value, value of c, we put in equation number 3. This is our equation number 3. In this equation, we put the value of c. So we have equation, put this equation number 3. Then we get n2 is equal to lambda 1 divided by lambda 2 minus lambda 1 into n 1.0 e raised to the power minus lambda 1 t plus minus lambda 1 divided by lambda 2 minus lambda 1 into n 1.0 plus n 2.0 into e raised to the power minus lambda 2 t. Again, here n2 is equal to lambda 1 divided by lambda 2 minus lambda 1 into n 1.0. We common n 1.0 we common here. So we have e raised to minus lambda 1 t minus e raised to minus lambda 2 t and n 2.0 into e raised to lambda 2 t. Then many times n 2.0 is equal to 0, then this term is 0. Then only we have n2 is equal to lambda 1 divided by lambda 2 minus lambda 1 into n 1.0 into e raised to the power minus lambda 1 t minus e raised to minus lambda 2 t. This is equation number 6 because this term is 0. Then in terms of activity, A2, we know that A2 is equal to lambda 2 n2. Therefore, we have A2 is equal to this lambda 2 is as it is. What is n2? n2 is lambda 1 divided by lambda 2 minus lambda 1 into 1.0 e raised to minus lambda 1 t minus e raised to minus lambda 2 t. We only put here value of n2. Then but a 1.0 is equal to lambda 1 into n 1.0. Therefore, we have a2 is equal to lambda 2 a 1.0 divided by lambda 2 minus lambda 1 into e raised to the power minus lambda 1 t minus e raised to minus lambda 2 into t. This is equation number 8. Then above equation in general expression for activity of daughter nuclei, but we know that lambda 1 value of lambda 1 is 0.693 divided by tau 1 and by lambda 2 is 0.693 divided by tau 2. So we have a 2 is equal to 0 0.693, we put the value only here, lambda 1 and lambda 2. The value of lambda 2 is 0.693 divided by tau 2 into a1.0 divided by here lambda 2 is 0.693 divided by tau 2 minus 0.693 into tau 1, then into multiplied by e raised to minus lambda 1 t. So 0.693 divided by tau 1 into t minus e raised to minus value of lambda 2 is 0.693 divided by tau 2 into t. Then here cross multiplication both this term. So we have this equation, a2 is equal to 0.693 divided by tau 2 into a1.0 divided by 0.693. After cross multiplication we have this term. Then uh, other these terms are same. Therefore we have the equation. After solving this we have a2 is equal to tau 1 divided by tau 1 minus tau 2 into a1.0 e raised to the power 0.693 to sorry t, here t, so we have t, e raised to 0.693 t divided by tau 1 minus e raised to minus 0.693 t divided by tau 2, and this is our equation.